Good afternoon. Again, I have come up with a new video in JavaScript. Which this topic is related to event loop and concurrency loop. First, we are going to talk about event loop, and in my last video, I have already told that my now from now on my all of the input or elements where the piece of code will be performed will be granted as user input, taken input from the user, and I will show it in here. But first of all, I need to explain what is event loop. So it's nothing, but event loop is nothing, is a mechanism. It's a mechanism means to handle asynchronous tasks such as callback, promises, and other. There are like in a real life scenario, there are thousands of callbacks, promises functions working, await functions working on thousands of line of code. So we need to manage it through event loop so that it smoothly runs the this block of codes even in high workloads. High workloads. This topic is for understanding how JavaScript code perform asynchronous function and hence ensure your code runs smoothly with high workloads. This, like, suppose these three functions are called 1,000 times. In such workload, our main thread should be secure. That we need to clear it up in here, and we should know that JavaScript is a single threaded task performer. JavaScript is a single threaded task performer means it can run one piece of code at a single time. So in such case, network requests or buffer or input output stream, IO stream, can be there, which can block, which are in 1,000 piece of line of code, which can block the main thread or the main box of code. To ensure that, to prevent the stopping of main box of code, we need to use event loop so that it does not work. Let's check out how it is. Suppose this is my main task, starts here from here. Okay, so big tasks are always be given in set of time. So I will set timeout macro tasks, means large amount of codes are performed within a specific mentioned time. If not so, then it will go to execute the next line of code. Very simple. Macro tasks are performed in set time out, and the small micro tasks which takes less time, we put those tasks inside the promise function. Promise that we have already done in synchronous asynchronous, that same thing. Promise that resolve the piece of code If it is resolved, then it will show the function correctly working. The same in the in our first chapter which we have learned. That's nothing else. Microtaxes console.log. Microtaxes are performed here in promise method. Okay, so that's it. Now after completing this main two portion, the entire script will be terminated. Task terminated. Suppose, let's take an example. Suppose it is in first position, so it will be executed first, but if it takes more time, like micro taxes, so definitely it will stop to run these tasks. To not to ensure not to happen this, we always do this thing, this in macro taxes in set timeout. So within this timeout, it has a time to be executed within this time. So before that time, this will be executed at first. Okay, so that's it. So the tasks which takes less time has high priority, whether it is this block of code above this block of code or below block of code. That's it. So let's see, let's run the code. Note, this is called event loop concurrency. Hey, watch, started as task terminated. These two are shown. So micro tasks are performed here. This was first executed, then this was executed. It has a time that it will be executed just at the time at this executed at this time, within this time, so it has lots of time. That's why it was executed later. I hope it's clear. My next video, right now I'm going to upload, where I will work with an array in event loop. So thank you so much.